Switching to a healthy, whole food, plant-based diet can be a little tricky, especially if you have absolutely no experience or know-how going into it.
It kind of requires a little bit of a mindset shift, and here are 5 things that we wish we knew before going plant-based.
Here we go. Hey everybody, this is Dylan.
And this is Reeves.
We have a strange culture in this country and in the developed world around food. We have this preset way that we think we need to cook, the way we need to eat 3 meals a day, the way we need to diet, cut back, exercise your brains out, and a lot of it is wrong. And I only learned this a few years ago.
Why does breakfast have to be eaten at breakfast? Who invented that pancakes and cereal and toast and jam are breakfast? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong, but that part of the culture isn't the one I take issue with. I don't mind that there are certain things that I associate with breakfast time. I just don't like that I can get caught up on, uh-oh, did I have my most important meal of the day yet? Well,
Okay, I get what you're saying.
That is the culture that I am like sick of. So without further ado, why don't we get into the top 5 things that we wish we knew that make the whole thing easier to transition to a plant-based diet with less fuss.
Sounds good.
Number 1.
Meals don't actually need to have courses. It seems like we're grown up with this idea that your plate is somehow always separated into 3, right? And where you have like a grain and a protein and a vegetable. And that's not really the way we eat.
No, most meals are just like one pot meals that incorporate all of the healthy different food groups that we eat from. The non-starchy veggies, the fruit, all the things on the calorie density chart, the whole starches, the whole unprocessed starches, and what else we got in there? The nuts and seeds and avocado and the healthy whole plant fats. I can make a meal that's all in one pot that has all of those things. You don't need 3 perfect little meals a day and here's 2 snacks in the middle or whatever. None of that matters. You can just listen to your body. Number 2.
You don't actually need to calorie count on this way of eating.
You sure don't. I mean, we're talking about weight loss now. People that don't care about weight loss weren't calorie counting to begin with, but we have this paradigm in this country where weight loss comes from a temporary diet, not like a lifelong diet like we promote, and a boatload of exercise. And going back to the food, the calorie counting, it's crazy. You'd have to count calories if you're eating really calorie-rich food because it's so easy to get too many calories.
Right.
But if you're focusing on the non-starchy veggies and the fruit and the whole starches and then a little bit of nuts and seeds on top, you're never gonna really need to count the calories in order to maintain a healthy weight.
If you have a lot of weight to lose, just switching to a whole food plant-based diet alone is gonna put you naturally in that deficit. If you get down to where you're trying to tweak the last couple of pounds, you can do things like dilute your plate with more vegetables, try what AJ does and eliminate nuts and seeds.
Some people that are real nerds for data like me might want to do a phase of counting, but it's not for the purpose of like lifelong weight loss requires counting points and all this garbage. Just focus on the right ingredients and you will reach a natural healthy weight. Number 3.
Fancy meals can take a long time to prepare from scratch. The things that we used to eat, like lasagna, now that you eat whole food plant-based, you might have to make the cheese from scratch and the marinara from scratch.
This for me kind of goes back to number 1, that culture thing, because people think they've got to have a fancy meal at every dinner with the family. It can be things that are really, really simple. I love cooking. I love entertaining for people, but I save those meals for those kinds of situations. And when you do want a shortcut doing fancier things, well, we've got some Well Your World products available. Check out all of our lineup of healthy whole plant food products, totally free of added salt, oil, or sugar, for sale in the Well Your World store. The website is just wellyourworld.com. We've got salad dressings, a cheese sauce mix that is so popular. You can whip up a cheese sauce in literally a few minutes. And that's when you can put together some more, I guess, extravagant meals, but also do it really, really simply, just like our day-to-day meal. Don't forget, it is perfectly okay to eat really plain. We love this Harvest Nourish Bowl that we just made with just plain old steamed carrots, kale, kidney beans, rice, some hemp hearts on top, and a sauce to bring it all together. And again, you could use our bottled sauces. Number 4.
You can find really fast ways to get those same flavors that you crave out of a fancier meal in a really simple way.
Yes, tell us some examples, Reeves.
Well, you were just talking about a Nourish Bowl,
Heck yeah.
which is just assembling different ingredients. you can use that idea to do like a burrito bowl or a sushi bowl. Now you don't have to roll sushi. You can just put the ingredients and put the sauce and eat it.
I was so worried about giving up sushi because I thought I'd miss all these flavors, but really I just like a little hit of soy sauce and wasabi, the nori and the rice. And then we went to rolling all the sushi ourselves and being like, here's the only way we can eat healthy sushi. I mean, we could obviously go to a restaurant and just get veggie rolls, but doing it at home was like hard. I'm not that good of a roller.
No.
And then you showed me the sushi bowl and I was like, what? Why would I ever roll? I can just throw all this stuff into a bowl and eat it as separate ingredients mixed together. Number 5.
Find ways to cut corners.
Figure out what is going to work best for you. Understand your personality and what you like to do. Some people are all about doing tons of food prep on Sunday so that all the meals are ready for the week and you don't have to think about it at all. That's not necessarily how I do things. For me, I don't think much ahead. I know my pantry and my fridge items that I always have in stock, so I know my shopping list memorized. And then I've always got them in stock, so I just make my go-to meals as soon as I think of them, and then I just do it. And that's my way of doing it. So consider all the different options you've got and figure out which one's going to work best for you. And really the best way of doing that, in my opinion, is doing different 30-day challenges where you refine the habit. Here, this 30 days, I'm going to do this meal prep and I'm going to see if that sticks. Because at the end of the day, your brain needs to get around this whole thing and make it really easy to eat the healthy food. You've got to reduce the costs, you know, the time, the energy, the thinking around the food so that by the time you actually have an appetite, you just go and eat the food that you've already got ready, so that you're not just going mindlessly to the burrito store down the street and then you're off task again.
The point is to have a plan. And at the end of the day, after you've done all your running around on your errands and you know what you're going to eat, that's when you're going to be successful. So whether you've just come to this way of eating or you've been eating this way for a while, there's still some things that you can learn to think about differently.
There you go. For those of you who've been doing this for a while, what are the things that you wish you knew? I'm sure there are a lot more than just 5. But these are the ones we came up with. So let us know.
Thanks so much for watching this video.
Click here for more like this one, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.